Morning, everybody. How are you today? This is Mr. Nabil Adam from Al Secondary School. This is a recorded lesson for grade 11. Today, I'm going to present Unit 8, Lesson 3. The title for Unit 8, TV Watching Habits. And in this lesson, we are going to read an article about educational television programs written by a 17-year-old student. Read this article and answer the following questions. What's the title of the article? Educational television programs. Please open your workbook on page number 54 so that you can answer all the exercises on this page 54. In your opinion, do you think that watching television can help in teaching? Before reading strategies, TV can be educational. Do you agree or disagree? Justify your answer. Do you agree that TV can be educational? Yes, no, and justify your answer. Recent data indicates that on average, children spend approximately 3 hours a day watching television. Look at the chart here. Here, this chart shows the names of the countries and the hours children spend on watching television.
On average.
On average. On average. On average, usually, normally. This figure, this number may seem staggering statistic, but it is true. Staggering, very shocking, astonishing, surprising. A teacher realized the accuracy of this statistic after a quick survey amongst her students. She asked the students, do you like watching TV? How long do they watch TV in a day, or about 1 to 2 hours? This is the average. So this statistic has an accuracy. Accuracy. The quality or state of being correct, accurate. Using teaching aids in the classroom helps students understand the lessons very well. Teaching aids. Teaching aid, material or equipment used in teaching. Primarily, audio-visual teaching aids help students practice listening to spoken English. So you should listen carefully to the listening exercises so that you can listen and practice speaking as well. So audio-visual teaching aids help students to practice listening to spoken English. Primarily, mainly, improve your spoken English for the most important part. So primarily, mainly. The science teacher teaches students the fractional distillation, which is the separation of the mixture into its component parts by doing an experiment. These pictures here shows the fractional distillation process. By heating the liquid or heating the material to make other types or other parts, like crude oil. In fractional distillation, they refine the oil to make other types, like petrol for cars polymer for plastic, tar for roads,
Fractional.
fractional, fractional, relating to the separation of components of a mixture by heating it. Telling stories helps listeners visualize the characters and the setting of the story. Visualize is a verb, visual is an adjective. Visualize. Read to imagine. Imagine. Broadcast television stations should schedule their core programming, including educational programs that can be shown both in and outside the classroom. There are some educational programs you can watch on TV. Core programming, the central program or the most important program. Core programming, the central program or the most important program. The educational programs should be broadcast on TV daily during the prime time. Prime time. Prime time, this is 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Prime time. Prime time means the time at which a television or radio audience is expected to be the greatest. Scientists think that it is 3 o'clock. So let's revise the new vocabulary again.
Accuracy.
Accuracy, accuracy, accuracy.
Core programming.
Core programming, core programming, core programming.
Fractional.
Fractional, fractional.
On average.
On average, on average.
Primarily.
Primarily, primarily, primarily.
Prime time.
Prime time, prime time.
Staggering.
Staggering, staggering.
Teaching aid.
Teaching aid, teaching aid, teaching aid.
Visualize.
Visualize, visualize, visualize. Now let's have a vocabulary exercise. Complete with words from the list. Teaching aid, visualize, primarily, staggering, accuracy. Fill in the space with the right word. Please read the sentence and fill in the space with the correct word from the list. Number one, cotton is primarily grown in Africa in summer. Number two, the results of the exam have been quite staggering. Number three, I think some TV programs can be used as a teaching aid for children. Number four, the computer will calculate your position with pinpoint accuracy. Please open your workbook page number 54. You are going to read the article about educational television programs written by a 17-year-old student and answer the following questions. Read and answer these two questions. How many hours do children approximately spend watching television? How many hours? Two, why does the teacher make sure the math and science shows do not contain any new lessons? Please read the text and find the answers for these questions. Check your answers. How many hours do children approximately spend watching television? Children approximately spend 3 hours a day watching television. Why does the teacher make sure the math and science shows do not contain any new lessons? The teacher makes sure the math and science shows do not contain any new lessons to help them visualize what they have been learning. Now, workbook page number 55. You are going to read the article again and answer the questions. Question A. What does the student describe as staggering and why? B. Why is television described as a teaching aid? C. Why do you think educational programs are used as a revision tool in math and science lessons? D. From the student's point of view, what is wrong with children's TV programs? E. What is the moral message of this text? You are going to read these questions and find the answer from the passage. Check your answers. What does the student describe as staggering and why? Staggering means surprising, shocking. The student describes the figure. The figure means the number. The figure as staggering because it is astonishing. Why is a television described as a teaching aid? It is described as a teaching aid because it helps the students to learn more, especially about other cultures or languages. Why do you think educational programs are used as a revision tool in math and science lessons? They are used as a revision tool in math and science lessons because they help the students visualize what they had been learning. From the student's point of view, what is wrong with a children's TV program? We don't learn much from them. What is the moral message of this text? We should make use of television as it can be an educational tool helping us to learn more effectively. Reading time. Now I'll leave you to read the text silently. Read the text silently to understand and get the main idea and practice loud reading or silent reading. Now refer to the article to answer the following questions. Which of the following words are not used as an adjective? Educational, television, primary, after school. B. Which of the following words are not used as a verb? Inject, visualize, core, relate. C. What does the writer mean when he uses the word figure? An amount of money, a numerical symbol, a number that gives us statistical information. D. What does the writer mean by prime time? The time at which television audiences are the largest, the time when commercials are usually shown, the time when broadcasters discuss their programming. Please read the questions and choose the right answer by circling the numbers. Now check your answers. Television, core, a number that gives statistical information, the time at which television audiences are the largest. Look at this table. Fill in the table below with the writer's attitude towards each of the television programs. Here on the left column, you are going to write the name of the programs, and on the right side, you are going to write the writer's attitude or his point of view. Geography programs, math and science programs. And then you are going to write the name of the program, which is helpful to practice the language. Educational programs, children's programs. Then on the right side, you are going to write the writer's attitude or his point of view. What does he think about these programs? Now check your answers. Here, geography programs, he says they are good at giving students information and ideas about different cultures. Math and science programs, they revise things the teacher has already taught in normal lessons. Which programs are helpful to practice the language? Yes, a program about a family who lives in Paris. What does the writers think about educational programs? They can teach you things in a different way from books. What is the writer's attitude towards the children's programs? One doesn't learn much from them. Although they are fun, although they are funny, they are used for entertainment, but one doesn't learn much from them. After reading strategies. Now, study the chart on page 54. Discuss then, write a paragraph summarizing the extent to which it shows the importance of educational programs on television. مطلوب منك تدرس هذا الرسم البياني صفحة 54 وتناقشه، وبعد كده تكتب فقرة بتلخص إلى أي مدى يظهر هذا الرسم البياني أهمية البرامج التعليمية في التلفزيون. هنا عندك amount of viewers per week، يعني عدد أو كمية نسبة المشاهدين من الشباب والأطفال في الأسبوع. هنا عندك 6 AM to 6 AM زي ما شايف هنا النسبة بترتفع. بعد كده أعلى شيء في 6 AM وترتفع برضو مرة ثانية في 6 AM. فبتبين أهمية تدريس أو إذاعة البرامج التعليمية في هذا الوقت المناسب، الوقت اللي فيه عدد كبير من المشاهدين، أغلبية المشاهدين يكونوا أطفال. Write a short paragraph showing the importance of educational programs on television at the prime time, especially from 3 to 6 o'clock. Okay, we're going to write and then read your paragraphs. Okay. Now, let's summarize here the lesson we studied in Unit 8. What are the good effects and the bad effects of watching TV? TV has good effects and bad effects. The good effects, it helps develops our imagination, it encourages good behavior, and the bad effects, it promotes inactivity, it causes unhealthy behavior. How can the negative effects of TV be avoided? Make family rules about TV and stick to them. Decide what you want to change about your current viewing habits. Set limits on TV viewing time, hours per day, 2 or 3 hours per day. Turn TV off during mealtime and while doing your homework. This will allow you to concentrate more and finish earlier. Watch TV with family and friends and discuss issues seen on TV with them, with your family and friends. Use books to learn more about topics on TV that interest you. So, television has some advantages and disadvantages. What are the advantages of television? It develops good habits. TV develops imagination. Kids learn family values. TV enables them to become aware of the positive adult rules. Kids can learn new life skills. Television can be a teaching aid. They can be used as a revision tool. It can visualize our lessons, especially geography and science lessons. What about the disadvantages? TV can give false and negative messages. Kids might escape the real world. It can promote inactivity. TV causes unhealthy behavior. It wastes time. It might lead to health problems. What is the role of the family? Monitor what their children watch on TV. Not to use the TV as a babysitter. Be a role model to their children. Turn the TV off during mealtime and while doing the homework. Encourage their children to do other activities throughout the day and night. Why is television described as a teaching aid? It's described as a teaching aid and helps students to learn more. It also helps students to revise their lessons. How can television be used as a teaching aid? It can be used in revising lessons. It can help by showing a documentary about countries studied in geography. It can help in language learning, especially listening and speaking. All these answers, they can help you to write the paragraph summarizing the chart and showing the importance of TV as a teaching aid. How do revision lessons on TV help students? They help them to revise what they have studied at school. They help them to visualize what they have been learning. I hope you enjoyed watching this lesson. Until we meet again, thank you and goodbye. This is Mr. Nabil from Al Barkia Secondary School.